Okay, I've just got some oil heating up in this casserole pan. Here is my beef, which I have marinated overnight in a dry rub. It's very sinewy beef. It's called Zuppen Rindfleisch here. You can see this lovely sinew. This is all going to break up and become lovely and soft. So the dry marinade is chili powder, cayenne pepper, paprika, a bit of ginger powder, a bit of cinnamon, just a tiny bit, and cumin, of course, cumin for that chili effect. Just got some corn flour and some plain flour, mix that around and put it into this hot pan which is now smoking. Get a bit of colour on these. Okay, it's browned wonderfully. Very loud. In with 2 onions. There's a lot of stickiness at the bottom of that pan. I'm going to deglaze that with some red wine. Try and scratch off the bottom a bit. I've got a couple of carrots in there. I want to flambe a bit of the good old whiskey. So quite a lot in there. Yes. Cooking that off. In with a tiny bit of chicken stock that I have remaining. It's quite concentrated. I'm going to add a little bit of HP. I do like the richness that it has, and it's a good sugar substitute. And a bit of Worcestershire sauce. A good salt substitute. Always looking for substitutes. Just some pureed tomatoes. That's half a litre. And that's going to cook in the oven for a minimum of 2 hours. But ideally, I hope to have it in there for like even 5 if I can manage that. The reason is because the longer it cooks, the more the fat, the sinew, the stringiness that will make the meat chewy, the more that will break down. But just before I do, some more aromatics, maybe a couple of 3 bay leaves, and a star anise. So I'm going to just stick a couple of them in. Lid on. 150 degrees for as long as you can. The reason I put it in the oven is because you then have the dish is then engulfed in heat and not having a heat source coming from the bottom. I've just remembered I'm going to put some rosemary in because I have shitloads of rosemary and it's a beautiful aromatic. Okay, so it's been in there for about 2.5 hours and you can see that the meat is now, all that sinew and fat that was running through the meat has started almost entirely melted, and this just flakes away. So yeah, just you can see though how it's, you know, it just falls apart. It's wonderful. And then here you've got this sort of black residue which is just sort of concentrated flavour, so you can also scratch that and return it to the stew. Okay, for the sweet corn fritters I'm going to put 100 grams of flour in there. I'm going to whack in an egg. About the same amount of milk as flour. Some salt, a bit of pepper. I'm going to put a little squidge of lemon juice. Okay, mix that up. And then I'm going to add my sweet corn. I've drained the sweet corn as well. I don't want any more moisture in there. So I've just got that pan with some oil in it and quite a low heat. Okay, they're cooking away nicely. Here, the last thing I'm going to throw into the chili is some very small, finely diced red and yellow pepper. I didn't put these in during the whole cooking process of the chili because otherwise they just go all mushy, and I want them to have a bit of crunch. So there you have it, there's my sweet corn fritters. When you see the video and when you see me making the sweet corn fritters, you'll see these won't be the ones that you see in the video. I put in way too much oil for the first batch, and they were just horrible. I forgot that these don't need a lot of oil.